What if I told you the Middle East is on the brink of a full-scale regional war, and the players involved are making moves that could reshape global power dynamics overnight? Let's unpack the latest chaos. Houthi rebels in Yemen just launched a brutal wave of missile and drone attacks on Saudi-backed forces, killing dozens. But here's the twist, this isn't just about Yemen. This is Iran flexing its muscles through proxies, Saudi Arabia scrambling to protect its backyard, and the US stuck in a diplomatic quagmire. And Senator Ted Cruz? He's out here pushing to arm Iranian protesters, which, honestly, let's dissect why that's either genius or catastrophic. Buckle up. This is way bigger than a border skirmish. Let's start with the Houthis' latest strikes. Fresh drones and missiles pummeling Marib, a city that's become symbolic of this war's futility. At least 58 soldiers dead, civilians caught in the crossfire. But what stands out isn't just the bloodshed. It's the timing. These attacks coincide with secret talks between Iran and Oman over the Strait of Hormuz. Coincidence? I don't think so. The Houthis are sending a message: we control Yemen's fate, and by extension, we can choke global oil flows. What many overlook is how this mirrors Russia's playbook in Ukraine, using asymmetric warfare to exhaust adversaries while avoiding direct confrontation. Now, Ted Cruz's call to arm Iranian protesters? Bold move. But let's get real. Cruz wants regime collapse, but history screams caution. Arming rebels worked, exactly 0 times in the Middle East. Syria? Libya? Outcomes speak for themselves. What Cruz misses, or ignores, is that Iran's regime isn't some fragile puppet government. It's a hydra-headed entity with deep roots in the Revolutionary Guard and clerical establishment. Even if protesters got weapons, who's to say they'd unify under a single banner? Or worse, what if factions turn those arms on each other later? This isn't the 2011 Arab Spring. Iran's opposition is fractured, surveilled, and brutalized. Arming them might just fuel civil war, not topple the Ayatollahs. Then there's the Strait of Hormuz deal brewing between Iran and Oman. Trump claims it's sort of open, but the details? Ominous. Iran wants ships to hug its coastline and seek permission. Essentially, they're monetizing access to the world's most critical oil artery. If this sticks, global economies just got held hostage by Tehran's toll booth. What's fascinating, and terrifying, is how this weaponizes geography. The strait is 21 miles wide. Iran only needs a handful of mines or speedboats to paralyze 20% of the world's oil. And Trump's response? We control it, kinda. Not exactly reassuring when 17 million barrels of oil pass through daily. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan just inked a mutual defense pact. On paper, it's about collective deterrence. In reality, it's a Hail Mary pass for relevance. These nations are reacting to U.S. unreliability, Trump's flip-flopping on Iran, Biden's past retrenchment, and China's rising influence. They're building a parallel security architecture outside Western alliances. But here's the paradox: Saudi Arabia's buying U.S. weapons while cozying up to Pakistan, which hosts Iranian-backed militants. Everyone's playing 4D chess, but no one's solving the 3D checkers game of actual stability. And Trump himself? He's oscillating between bluster and backroom deals. One day, he's unlimited on munitions, the next, he's negotiating with theocrats who call him the Great Satan. The Iranian parliament speaker mocked him perfectly: massive attack, wait, let's talk. It's theater, but it's effective. Trump's unpredictability is both a weapon and a weakness. Enemies can't game his moves, but allies can't trust his commitments. That's a disaster for diplomacy. So where does this end? It doesn't. Not anytime soon. What we're witnessing isn't a war with endpoints, it's a tectonic shift in the Middle East order. The old rules are dead: U.S. dominance, Sunni-Shia binaries, state-centric conflicts. The new era? Fragmented alliances, hybrid warfare, and non-state actors holding global leverage. And here's the kicker, this isn't just about oil or ideology. It's about who controls the narrative. Iran's projecting strength through Houthis, Saudi seesaws between fear and bravado, the US is both indispensable and irrelevant. What's your take? Is Cruz right to push regime change, or are we doomed to repeat history? Drop your thoughts. And if you're still thinking this conflict stays contained to the Middle East, well, let's just say the next energy crisis might start not in Moscow, but in Muscat. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fuel this rabbit hole. See you next time.